Alex, it's great to have you in the studio today.
Thank you, Daniel. Very excited to be here.
So I want to learn all about Kubit. Tell me, what does Kubit do?
We are the first warehouse-native product analytics platform designed for both product and data teams. We started this journey about 5 years ago, and we raised an $18 million Series A led by Insight Partners just last year. Right now, we have several very big customers, and at any given moment, we're processing about 10 billion events a day and helping our customers to analyze more than 100 million of their monthly active users. So over the last year, we actually doubled our revenue. So it's a pretty good year for us so far.
Wow, that's impressive, and I love those growth stories. So you mentioned you're a warehouse native solution. What does that mean?
That means we directly connected to the Snowflake Data Cloud, and we utilize our customers' existing data model to give them the insights about their user behavior, what the user do, where do they engage, where do they retain, and where do they go afterwards.
From your own words, you are processing a lot of data. Tell me, why did you choose Snowflake to build this platform on?
Yeah, we actually explored the Snowflake started 4 years ago. And at the moment, we chose it because it's the leading warehouse solution for the analytics market. And also over the last several years, we realized there's a lot of new development on Snowflake, which makes a dominant player here. For example, the data sharing ability. A lot of our customers are super excited to use that feature with us because this gives them the full control of what data they share with us, but also helps them to prevent any kind of SLA impact or isolate their data operations from a third-party vendor like us.
So I want to see how exactly Snowflake fits into the overarching architecture that you've built for this platform.
Yeah, let's dive in. I have a couple slides. So first, let's cover how the traditional product analytics solution work. So a lot of customers, they use CDPs or some other SDKs to collect user behavior data, like a product data. And for a lot of traditional product analytics solutions, they require customers to send these data to their data warehouse, which is a siloed black box. But in the meantime, customers also collect the data into their own data cloud. So with this kind of split, and we create a problem on governance and security. But also even worse is a customer may have a lot of other data they want to analyze together with product insights. So they have to do some ETL job to send the data over again. So, but in addition to that, a lot of these third-party data, like your A/B testing, your customer acquisition, and the user acquisition data, they can never be easily unified with this kind of solution. And Kubit does everything very differently. So what we call ourselves a data cloud native product analytics platform, which means our customer already will put a lot of these data into Snowflake. And we can directly connect to Snowflake or using the data sharing protocol. Then we give our customers the insights about the full life cycle of the users, regardless it's coming from behavior or operational data. And through this way, we serve not only product team, but also engineering, data science, and any of the marketing team as well.
So it really seems like Snowflake, for a platform like this, Snowflake really helps you build out that scale and security for your platform.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what we benefited from for the last 4 years and so, and we continue going to invest into that.
And so from here, let's dive into a full-blown demo.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. So before I jump in, I want to cover a little bit about the data model behind this demo. So as you can see, this is a logical ER diagram covering the different set of tables our customer have, but we do not mandate any of these to be existing. So customer can choose a different flavor, different design, but the key point here is not everything is captured through one single source. Right? With that said, let me take a look at the demo here. So this is our home screen or dashboard. So as you can see here, we are capturing several KPIs, like how many daily active users the customer have. And also for these streaming companies, they want to see what is the most popular shows. So this is counting the watch minutes across many of their show titles. So there's a lot of other things I'm going to dive in a little bit later. Let's just go to see how the customers can build a query themselves quickly. That's the whole beauty of the self-service product analytics. So at here, as you can tell, we are counting a unique user of any event. And if I'm a product manager, I may come here, say, I want to add a filter, say country equal to US. And in addition, I want to break this down by a UTM source, which is where the user come from. And just like that, you basically build a query counting your daily active users across the different UTM source channels for US users. So as you can tell, this data crunching happens very quickly in the real time. And behind the scenes, we're actually analyzing billions of rows of data all on Snowflake. So as you can tell here, I can easily tell which source give me the most users, like Google, Instagram, or Twitter, Facebook. And in addition to that, our customer can also very quickly analyze a funnel. Funnel meaning a conversion between several steps in your app, right? So here you can say there's a main landing and there's a trial started. So with just these two simple clicks, now you can see a conversion funnel between these two steps, how many users converted. Like you can tell here, it's roughly about 78% of users really converted. And this is how easy it is to build a funnel inside the Kubit. In addition to that, sometimes it's a very open-ended question. You just want to see how users are flowing. So now I can build a path, which is essentially a Sankey diagram showing which path user takes between these two events, and which is pretty very self-explainable, right? You look at this shows you a journey of the users, how many take different steps and converted eventually. And on top of that, we have retention. So retention shows you if a user take a starting event, how many of them come back any days later, and what's the percentage of those? So that's usually called the retention rate. So with this, you can get a very familiar result of a retention triangle, which will break the user down by daily cohort. And each day, what the user will do, and also how many of them come back in the subsequent days. So like I said, a lot of our customers, this is obviously a demo environment, but our customers like Univision, like Wish, and also like Quizlet and Influence Mobile, they got a lot of insights through this kind of chart. For example, here you can see on this May 31st, that cohort, about 54% of users came back on day 1 and 47% on day 2, right? And also, if you're interested to do that, you can also laser focus on this group of users by creating a cohort for that. So cohort meaning a segment of users who did certain behaviors that you're interested in. So let me take another example here. What you can do is go back to the previous funnel we built, like a main landing to trial started. But this time, I actually want to break down using different segment of users. For example, I want to see if someone add a show to the list versus another cohort of users who actually did a search. Let's say here, search content, right? So with this, basically I'm comparing two segments of users based on their behavior and analyzing the trial conversion rate between them. So if I show both two cohorts together, you can tell anyone who added a show to the list has a much higher conversion than the one who just did the search content. So this is actually a very close to a real example. Our customer, like a Univision, benefited from this, and they decided what to incentivize users to do, and which will lead to a very good KPI gain on their retention rate or conversion rate.
So this is incredibly impressive on just how, one, quickly you can get up and running between Kubit and Snowflake, but two, how easily you can really dive into the data and get those insights. This is a powerful platform that you've built.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And so tell me more about some of the features of Snowflake that have really played a big role and brought you a lot of impact to building your platform.
Yeah, I would say the number one is the data sharing, right? We allowed our customer to share a subset of data, especially sharing a view. That's super powerful. And the other part is the whole materialized view, and nowadays the development of the dynamic tables. It makes things much easier for our customer to build their own data model and reduce a lot of overhead on ETL management. And also, we're looking forward to the upcoming Snowpark container service. That's actually one thing we definitely going to bet our company future on. This is to make ourselves from a connected app to a native app. And because a lot of customers, even though they are using us through a very secure data share, they still feel it's not a good idea to let the data out of their control. While with a native app, we'll be able to deploy our Kubit application directly on our customer data cloud. So there's nothing we'll be leaving it, and there's no security and governance concern anymore.
You know, I love that you brought that up. I mean, it really is a game changer to have the combination of Snowflake native applications with Snowpark container services. I mean, being able to bring end-to-end any code that, put it in a container and run it in Snowflake, and that entire container is hosted inside of your customer's environment.
Yeah.
It gives them, like you said, that programmatic guarantee that their data doesn't leave. Mm-hmm. That's a game changer.
Yep.
So from here, what would you say over the next 6 to 12 months your customers should get most excited about?
Yeah, I think one of that is into the development of the AI and the generative AI approach into analytics, which is our roadmap. We just scratched the surface. We're trying to use AI ability to do anomaly detection, but also more importantly, to analyze charts generated here and interpret the results or the insights to our customers. So this is actually goes very well towards the Snowflake's roadmap to use an NVIDIA GPU to help the AI computation. So we definitely looking forward to that development.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too. I think that's, being able to use NVIDIA GPUs directly inside of Snowflake, both for inference and for training, is going to be another game changer.
Absolutely.
And so, Alex, where should people go to learn more about Kubit?
Yeah, please go to our website, kubit.ai, or follow us on LinkedIn. We have a lot of recent development and feature announcement in these places. Thank you.
And so, Alex, I want to say a big thank you for joining me in the studio today. It's been great learning all about the Kubit platform and how it's powered by Snowflake.
Thank you, Daniel. It's been fun.
And folks, if you want to learn how to build your next application on Snowflake, be sure and check out developers.snowflake.com. And if you want to see other interviews like this with technical leaders in the space, be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel. My name is Daniel Myers, and this has been another episode of Powered by Snowflake.